Hi, welcome back to Ariel's Chronicles. Today I will be talking about how I fractured my foot and what the process has been like throughout. Let's go into my story. Okay, so how did I break my foot? Went to one of my friend's place. We were celebrating her birthday. Earlier in the day we were at the pool. Went to her place to chill. Ended up just stepping down a regular normal step. Nothing elaborate or fancy about the great tale of Ariel breaking her foot. I legit just went down on the wrong side of my foot very hard. Very hard. So this is the step that I'm supposed to go down, and this is the other step. So while I was going down, my foot slid to the side. There was an opening in between. My foot slid to the side and just boom, went down right on the side, and so I ended up fracturing my fifth metatarsal, which is, you know, that little bulge at the side of your, beneath your pinky toe, the small toe, the little toe. That is where I fractured, and I really originally thought that it was a sprain in the beginning. So I literally, as it happened, was like, I'm alright guys, you know, I was flashing it off, you know, really thinking that it was a sprain. So I was just like, I was like moving my foot like this. I was in a slipper, and then about 2 minutes in, I just realized that the pain wasn't going away. So I felt the surface. This is the foot that's broken, the left foot, using my right foot as examples. So I legit I felt a lot of pain in this area right here. So I started feeling here, and it was so swollen, it was so huge, and I was like, oh my god, maybe it's a little bit more serious than what I thought, but let me just watch it. In Jamaica, you know, you wait things out for see before you just you exaggerate and be all dramatic and things. So I drove to her party, so I legit had to drive home, but I had the help of some of the guys that helped me to the car, and then one of my friends followed me home. He helped me come into my house. It was super hard because I came home, I didn't have any crutches, I didn't have any painkillers. It was 11:30 in the night, no pharmacy. I really do not take pills. I hate taking pills, so I don't have painkillers at home. So I was without painkillers. I had no crutches to support me. I had to go to the shower. I had to be back and forth because it's not like you planned for this to happen, you know. And I got some ice from in the fridge. I had to hop. I was hopping while one foot was now fractured. I had to hop with one foot fractured because I didn't have crutches or anything to support me. So I'm taking out ice, and I'm coming back, tying the bag, trying to set up a area to elevate my foot, to ice it, but also trying to fix the bed so that I would be comfortable, you know, while I'm sleeping. Going to bed that night was rough because I had to elevate a lot of stuff. I was in immense pain. When I tell you I was in pain, I was in a lot of pain. So I ended up sleeping. You're not supposed to sleep with the ice on your foot, but I tried. Boy, I held it. I'm not going like I'm gonna hold it. I'm going to my part one. I'm gonna hold it. I'm not going like I don't even know how to sleep. But I had my foot elevated, and I set it in a way. I set it to the side so I could rest the ice on it, because as I said, the holes, this side was very swollen, and so I tried to ice. I slept with the ice. When I woke up back around probably 2 a.m. I had to use the bathroom, and I was like dreading going to the bathroom because I did not have any crutches or anything, and I'm not on painkiller as I stated before. So it's just hopping to the bathroom, hopping back, setting up back myself in the bed to fall back asleep while I'm in pain. It was just very tricky. The next morning, when I woke up in the morning, I really and truly said I'm just going to tough it out and just maybe it's a sprain. So I went to my cousin's pharmacy, Arden Pharmacy, let me plug that in there, and some painkillers and stuff like that, just to see, you know, if I can control the pain. Friday, had to go to the doctor, had to, because I woke up back with my foot still very swollen. So I'm going to a doctor's office. His office is upstairs. Gladly, I mean, there was an elevator that I could take, but his office was all the way down a corridor. I couldn't bother hop all that way, man. So I piggybacked on my brother's back, thank you, bro, and went to see him. He said that probably, you know, it's a fracture. He's not sure yet. I'd have to do an x-ray first. So I went back downstairs to Apex, did the x-ray, came back up, whoops, it is a fracture, which is the same thing as a break. But thank God and luckily it was not serious enough to require surgery, because me would have mad in a COVID time for the surgery right now. No thank you. I'm in there, I'm like, I'm pleading to this doctor, like, please don't make it be, please don't make it need surgery, like say him have a choice, like. Anyways, so I went and he wrote me some prescriptions for some painkillers. I really should have bought supplements. I didn't, because really and truly I really do hate taking pills, but some of these supplements help with your bones, like the calcium and the vitamin D3s and all of that, and you should have really I should have really bought some in the beginning, but I just didn't. I was more looking towards natural remedies, like just eating fruits, bananas, all these things that give you protein, natural milk, calcium, you know, things that you can drink and eat, and you know, roots that you can take. Like I know that comfrey bush is very good for fractures, and I did get comfrey leaf and a comfrey bush roots at the health store. Read the instructions on that, because it is actually banned some places and you can't have it in a large dosage, and you can't have it very often either. So make sure that you ask or you Google these things before trying them, okay? So yeah, I'm sporting some new accessories right now, and your girl is at a road. Let me show you. Anyways, so right beside my bed I have these bad boys, you know, because your girl can't walk without these, you know. Me will have walk up and down and don't like stay one place. Maybe this was a sign or a message that Ariel, keep by yourself, stay put little bit. But I have been staying put little bit the whole of COVID and mash up my meds, bro. Anyways, crutches, very essential with a fracture, because fracture, because you're gonna need the support. And I am sporting a boot, okay? There's a padding on the inside. I'm going to show you a video as to how I put it on, and things that I do to make sure that my foot stays fresh, because wearing this 24/7s for 6 weeks will make your foot moldy. Me don't want cheesy foot. I have never brought cheesy foot, so it's not going to happen now. Anyway, So when I shower, I use my crutches, come from the bathroom, I put on my clothes. Once you have something to sit on or support, you can pull up and pull over or whatever. I have a fan that when I come in, I lie on my bed, elevate my foot right in front of the fan. This is without putting on the boot as yet, because I want the fan to, you know, dry the places that the rag or the towel couldn't get, because I am carefully and meticulously going in between the toes to make sure that it's dry. And once it's completely dried, I do put some of this lotion on the foot, and it has a nice coconut scent, so yes. So once I rub this on, and it says quickly relieves cracked heels and dry feet, so it's with collagen, people. So that has been helpful in terms of, you know, reducing scent and stuff, because you're wearing the same boot for 24/7 for a month. Okay, so I have a being on crutches, it can be very, very difficult, because you have to have your hand on these crutches all the time. So it's hard to carry anything. It's hard to move around on certain things, like when it comes to stairs and so it can be pressuring, and it can be pressuring on these areas right here, because when I just started using the crutches, I literally was leaning more on the pads right here, which you shouldn't, because you can actually cause damage to your arm area right here, and you don't want to do that, and it's painful. So you have to support your body by, you know, using this area on this part right here. And you have to figure out ways around getting everyday things done, things like showering, cooking, especially if you live alone. It can be extremely pressuring on you, because you really and truly, when you do get a fracture or metatarsal fracture or any fracture, I believe, you should be elevating. Mine is on the foot, so you have to elevate. That is key, and you have to elevate above your art level. No matter what you do, you can't sit down up and have your foot up. You can't sit up and have your foot up and it's still below your heart. It has to be above your heart level at all times, to speed up the whole healing process, and how, you know, your foot gets the blood circulates and all of that. Very, very important, because number one, the fracture causes a lot of pain and swelling. There's going to be blood clots, and there's going to be pains like cramps and all of that. Can feel like you're stepping on glass. Sometimes you cannot put any weight on your foot at all. I am super, super grateful and thankful to have great friends and family in my life that has allowed my life during this time to be much, much easier, and hopefully that the healing is going smoothly, because I'm still recovering from this fracture. I didn't have to move up and down a lot, because they came and stayed there. Well, some of my friends are here now. They just went on the road, but they've been cooking for me, they've been cleaning up for me, washing up for me, and all these things. So majority of my day is spent in the couch or on the bed, elevating my foot above heart level, as I said. So ice compression, elevation, very, very key when recovering from a fracture. As I said, I am coming up on my 6th week now, so I will be doing a x-ray in this week, which I am praying that it has been going well. I still haven't been able to put my foot down and put any pressure. I can put my foot down, but very lightly in the boot, but I can't put any pressure on it at all because the whole ankle area, it tends to swell up easily. Even if you put your foot down too long, you will start feeling some little cramping, and some swelling will happen. If you take off your boot and you're showering, you'll see it. I have some pillows right here to my side that I stack up so that when I elevate my foot, it's very high, and I try not to sleep on a lot of pillows so that my head is not too high and my foot is still above heart level. Eating, I do eat. I've been eating healthier from before the fracture. I drink a lot of water, and I eat a lot of like hard foods like yam and banana, vegetables like cabbage, lettuce, stuff like that. You have to get your protein in, so meat, and I've been eating a lot of eggs and all these things, which I think helps me. Downside to this is because you're lying down so long, you're not exercising, guys. You're not doing any exercising, so you're eating, and you'll sit up when you finish eating to digest your food a little, but you still have to go at some point, go back to elevation. You will get a little weight, around certain areas that you don't want the weight, and you will end up losing weight in areas that you don't want to lose weight. Like one of my foot right now is so much smaller than the other, and that is because I haven't been able to walk, so your muscles are not getting any exercise, and so you're losing, I was not fat to begin with, and I never have much weight to begin with, so this is a bit of a it's causing me to overthink a little bit and stress out, because I was really doing some little exercising that was going somewhere. I was doing my 1 hour walks, with Sam on the hill, and I come home and I do my little workouts at home, but your girl has not been able to do that in over a month. We have to be careful with crutches because they have a rubber end. The tip on the end, this is rubber. Anywhere where there is any moisture like water, or the place is humid and you're walking on tile or anything like that, it will cause the crutches to slip. And that is what happened to me 2 days ago. This happened 2 days ago, and I'm supposed to be doing an x-ray on Wednesday, which is 2 days from now. So the devil like fight against me, but your girl now make him win. So I'll be posting a video on me recovering, in terms of doing a little physio to get my foot back up and running. But for now, this is Babes or Bay. It's very thick, it can't bend or anything, so it's good for compressing and holding in the foot one place, so you can jiggle up and move up and down in it. And even if you bump your foot on something, then you have these tough areas to protect your foot from getting hurt, or at up, what we call it in Jamaica. I. Anyways, people, so I will demonstrate how I put on the boot. I will insert videos so you can see what my foot looked like before and what it's looking like after, and the process of healing. So as promised, here is the video of me putting on the boot. Now I have to be very careful as to based on the angle I'm putting it on now on the bed, so that you can see. I have to be careful of my ankle area because it's still there's still some swelling, and it's very stiff. I can't move it around like this yet because it's painful. So even when I come like this right here in my joint, like, it's very uncomfortable. So the boot, there's an outer casing which is very tough, like the skeleton of the boot, which protects your feet inside, but there is an extra padding that you put on that, you know, makes it more comfortable and easier to wear. And then there's like 3 extra pieces that comes with it to give you an extra support inside, to cushion some of the areas that may be more tender than others. Okay, so now you carefully put your foot in the padding and make sure not to put a lot of pressure on your foot right there, because you still need to be careful. Then you place the extra paddings that they gave you in case you want to have a little extra cushion inside. You clasp the paddings over your foot. You can do it as tight as you want. You can always adjust it when you're finished to your comfort level. Then just to give it a firm grip. Then you place your foot in the outer case, and it comes with 3 velcros on it, and that will strap in your foot in the casing. And as again I said, you can always adjust it after when you're done, just to see how well you like it. And that's basically it. Quick and simple. And that's my tutorial for the boot. Elevate. You need to elevate a lot. So I make sure that my pillows are stacked and that it is comfortable enough for me, so that when I lay down my bed, my foot is elevating. So this is where I elevate my foot, right here. So as you can see, the angle goes up. You can make it as high as you want to, but I find that this is a nice level for me, because if you can see the angle of my body right now, that's the elevation of the pillows, and this is how I would lay down. So it's still above. I make sure I have support under my knee too, because if there's no support under your knee and you're just elevating with nothing there, you put a lot of pressure on the here that causes a lot of pain, and it also in turn causes a lot of pain in this area as well. So as I say, if I take my foot off the padding for a little bit, some little exercising you can do is you can do about 15 of these. You can do it on each side, and you can also turn on your belly and do it as well. It can go as high as you want. If you are feeling discomfort in your foot though while you're doing this, I would recommend you stop and speak to your doctor before doing that. Okay, so I hope that this was informative for some of you. As I said, I'm not a doctor, I'm just letting you know my experience and what I'm going through. So let me know what you think in the comments. And your girl is still healing, so I'll update you on what happens after my visit to the doctor. Hopefully the bone is healed, you know, and I can get back to being me. But for now, Ariel signing out, and thank you for watching.